All right, guys, before we begin with this video, I just want to say my apologies for not getting it out on Thursday because I'm a Thursday uploader. I just finished the front suspension, one side, mounting the airbag. I am blown away by it. Please watch the video, the entirety, comment down below, all that YouTube-y stuff. Share the video, and let's roll. Here we go. Sir, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday. The sun is out, the birds are out, and the humid is real. I don't know. So, if you're new to the channel, there's a slew of videos for you to check out. I need you to check out every single one of those videos. Watch them all from start to finish. Please and thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below. Really important. I don't see how that gets overlooked. Seems to get overlooked on my channel though. Not other people's channels though, but my channel. Comment down below. Something. Hey asshole, what are you doing? Hey dirtbag, what the heck? That's a shitty looking truck. That frame looks like crap. Just comment down below something. All right, so now that we got the YouTube thingies out of the way, what are we doing today? Well, we're using our contraption. So if all goes well, at least in my mind, this 3/16 steel here is going to get bent around my contraption. So here goes. And then we do this. We go. And then like this. And then we slide it like this. A little more. Somewhat like this. There we go. All right. Now look what we have. Ta-da! We have a J. So it's not perfect, but it's extremely close. Got to tweak it a little bit. Got to hit it with the old persuasion tool. Where's my persuasion tool? Oh, here it is. There we go. Cha! Give it a little judo chop. Actually, you know how I did this? I'll show you how I did this, the last one. All right, again, it's pretty close. So we'll start tacking it, persuade it, tack it, persuade it. And when I say persuade, I mean persuade. Tack it, persuade it, clamp it, and then weld it. And she should be good. Those of you who know me know that I'm always in the garage in pants. And I bought some work shorts. Hey, stupid. Why don't you turn the organ on? Stupid. Ta-da! All right, we're halfway there. Almost home free. Ta-da! Not too bad. Couple little war scars. It brings character to the cross member, if you know what I mean. Gonna finish welding up the inside. I'm gonna weld up the corners, and we'll be good to go. Shit. Whew. Making some great progress. Gonna have to swap his oil pan out real quick because the pan is hitting the cross member, and I figured it was going to. I mean, you don't know until you actually build it, but it's not terrible. I know that once I swap the pan out, it's gonna do what I need it to do, and if it doesn't, we just got to trim the cross member up a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, the cross member is pushed over to this side. I just have it resting in there. You see how there's a good inch of space right here. It's not supposed to be that way, but let me get my tripod. All right, so one of the things I want to do once I get the pan switched out, I'm gonna make another template. It'll come like this, out, down, under the oil pan, and then up, and then back to the frame. It'll be like double, and then I'll plate the top of it and cap, you know, the face of it, and then the same on the back, except in the rear, it'll just be a kind of like a triangular gusset. Come out, down onto the cross member, and that will make that joker nice and strong. I kind of made the motor mounts removable. I put a piece of plate for the inside of the frame, so now I'm gonna pull out my clamps, take the mounts off, raise the engine up, swap the pan out. I'm not gonna put the pickup in it or anything like that. I don't want to be responsible for that. I had already told Scott, and he's gonna tear the motor down anyway, clean it, paint it, freshen it up with some gaskets and stuff. But I need that pan on here to see how much. You can see in the corner right here. This is what's stopping this little corner right here, and I need to line this up. This is our center mark with our center mark there. So realistically, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you get the point. That's where it needs to be, you know, like that, and pushed over. But yeah, I can't do anything with this just yet, and it's another reason why I made these removable, so I could just lift everything out of the way. I could make my gussets, my templates, put, you know, secure the cross member to the frame, and go about my business. Now, it's all gonna make sense right now. Let me show you this. Some shit to keep in mind, okay? Scott's suspension is extremely narrow, and we were having an issue with sitting the bag inside of, there we go, the suspension. So check this out. Which it'll probably be along the lines of somewhere, you know, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but in this general area, you know, like this on an angle. But now we've got all our clearance in between our control arms, in between our cross member. We gained all this real estate in here. Why I made this, because this was going to get cut and clearanced. The inside was going to get all plated and what have you, and then you're able to stick your hands in here and tighten up you know, the hardware. I'm pretty sure it's something somewhere along the lines of like this. Almost 4 o'clock, still out here, man. 104 degrees. Check this out. This is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I needed to clearance the cross member for the control arms right yonder. And what I've done is I borrowed this bushing, created a half moon, and watch this. This is actually really cool. All right, now we got some ugly ass holes. We're gonna take, where is it? You gotta get yourself one of these cone grinding stones. Really cool, watch this. So I had to time lapse it because you probably would never have believed me if I was using what I was using, and looks pretty damn good. And there it is. I may have to go a little more. Honestly, I don't think so, but I'm gonna call it good like that. May have to do the bottom. Then again, I really don't think so. This is probably gonna be more like ride height. Yeah, that'll be ride height, parallel to the ground. I don't know, maybe. I'll just do both sides. Who gives a shit? But that looks good, man. Very nice. All in a day's work. All in a good day's worth of work, man. Good day's work for a good day's pay. You see our through bar holds our arm nice and steady. Just got done putting this one together. Got both sides done for the lowers, the clearance now has clearance. I forgot to show you guys this. Remember I was telling you all about hinging? Well, now I have hinges. So I'm gonna crack all the tacks on the frame once, you know, I'm ready to. And then I could air up the front suspension. This will keep the chassis steady on the table, and I could cycle it, do everything, and see how everything's working. So now we've come to that real head scratching moment that, oh, am I gonna do this? Oh my God, what was I thinking? Psych. I'm gonna show you the head scratching moment and the solution to the head scratching moment. So now our cross members made, all clearanced up, all smoothed out, and you're like, holy shit, how am I gonna secure this cross member to this chassis? Bam! I've got one more I need to cut up. I think I might have to clearance a little more just right here for the oil pan. We're gonna find out shortly. That's our clearance. So I'm gonna make another one for the back side right here. So this will get plated all across. The ends will get capped on the bottom side, and then something similar back here. We'll do two, you know, utilizing the ear from the cross member. Same thing. Cap this side, cap the other side. Now keep in mind, I know someone's saying it right now, how are you going to run the steering linkage through? Well, we're going to get to that point shortly. Once I order the rack and pinion, I'll laser light it. I'm probably going to do it at like 1 o'clock, which would put it right about here. I have to see the distance from pivot to pivot, where she's going to line up. It might be 12:30, it might be 12 o'clock. If it's over here, it might be 1 o'clock. Regardless, we'll laser light it, blow a hole through it, like that, like that, and that should be good. We should be golden, pony boy. So I know already I'm gonna need to clearance a little bit right here, not the end of the world. Keep in mind the pivot is gonna be here on the rack, so it should not hit. And even if it does, again, you know, it might just be a little clearance right there on one side, not both sides. But we'll see. We'll worry about that when the time comes. One step at a time, one day at a time, one part at a time. Everything has to be made from scratch. Guys, moment of truth. And we are off. Not by much though. We're off a good 3/8 of an inch. So what we'll do is, son of a bitch. Measure down from the center 3/8 of an inch, and then we'll taper it up and taper it up. Get our pan to clear and slide both pieces up underneath. Probably should go 1/2 inch because of the rear pan, and the engine is actually sitting a little lower. So I don't know, maybe I can move the engine up a little bit. Right now it's sitting at 4 degrees. I could do either or. Let's see how the rear ones fit. Sneak you in there. This is just a chunk of steel I cut out. Kind of has no shape to it, nothing crazy. Rear ones are good, beautiful, plenty of clearance. Now, just out of curiosity, I want to see where the engine's going to sit if I left the template how it is. Let's see if she fits now. Yeah, we've got clearance all day. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna give it a haircut, come down 1/4 of an inch, and we'll go from there. Shut this damn noise box off. All right. Cool. There we go. All right, so I'm getting ready to tack up the cross member under the chassis, and I want to just go over a few things real quick. Extremely important things. Whether you listen to it or not, I'm going to talk about it anyway, because 9 out of 10 of you aren't listening to it. All right, we all can come to an agreement that this yellow wire that's hanging is center of wheel well. So when the truck is aired out, I want his wheel to be centered inside of the wheel well, or remotely close to being centered inside of the wheel well. Okay, our upper control arm is in line with our center line for our wheel well opening. Our laser beam, freaking laser beam, man, is in line with the cross member, and the center mark, which is this line right here. Our digital level is on the money. We already tested the chassis. Chassis is on the money. I'm gonna go ahead and tack this side up because we know this side is good. And then I'm gonna go on to the other side and set the other side up. We're doing everything we can. We're dotting every single I and crossing every single T to make sure that 100% we are confident, because once this shit's welded in, it's welded in, unless you're gonna go ahead and cut it out and ruin everything. But I'm taking my time and double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking, because once you pull the trigger, there's no going back on this. Well, there it is, man. Now you can see the caster built into the spindle, how the spindles rake back. And we're on to the next step. I just have everything leveled and tacked in and pretty much how it's gonna lay out. I don't want to fully weld in these gussets right here because I want to weld fully the inside of both front and back on the rear when the time comes. But I just, like I said, I have everything tacked in, and next step now is going to mock up airbag brackets. All right, so first things first, let me explain what the hell's going on here, and it'll make sense in just a second. So at first I was going to bend the bracket, bolt it to the back. The problem is the bolts for the bags are going to end up being inside of the chassis. No good. You'll never get them out. So with that being said, I've created a plate on a 60-degree angle. I'm going to end up redoing this, but this guy sits right here for now. And if you look, you see this pocket here is perfect for the fitting, you know, for removing the fitting. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, the arm has plenty of clearance for the bag, which is good. Okay, got nice, plenty of clearance. So we're going to pull this back out. We're going to take this out. We're going to take this off. And now you say to yourself, well, you know, you've weakened the entire structure of the frame rail. Yes, but no. Check this out. This guy's going to go inside of here like this. This is going to get welded all the way around, all on the inside. This inside of here is going to get capped. Likewise on the other side. And I'm going to make a, let's see if this will stay. Instead of using this little piece like this, I'm actually now going to make a template to go from here to here. And then I'll cut this out just like this. So what it'll end up looking like, basically somewhere along the lines of like this. And then the bag bracket will be, this bracket will be removable. Except it's not going to look like this. So I'll have a tab here or something. You can bolt it here, except on the other piece. And then on the back side. So basically you'll drop down an entire bracket, which will cup the frame and strengthen the frame. And your bag will be attached to that bracket. So now, again, all this is done to stuff the bag inside as far as we could into the chassis because the suspension is extremely narrow. It's insane amount of thinking. Very pleased. I think it's going to work good. I think it's worked great. And I know it's going to be strong. Because once I plate this, basically like this, same thing, I'll bend it, trim it, because this plate, I'll show you like this. This whole thing will be like this, basically. And this plate will be removable. Well, it won't be a plate, it'll be a bracket. You can drop the bracket out, and then you'll be able to access your bolts for your bag. Do a 90 and a hard line the air line out, and keep it alongside of the frame. That'll work really well. It'll be just enough clearance to get everything through it. All right, moving right along. I managed to copy the bends for the passenger side. It's the driver's side. So now I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the driver's side. So I have this one piece. Then, where's my other hoop-de-hoop? I got my hoop-de-hoop, which is going to go in, and we're going to weld this up. Once this is in, then I'm going to make some plates to cap the corners. This will obviously go like this. This is all ground down, very specific to accommodate the airbag bracket. Basically, we're building out the side of the frame because this is not sufficient enough. And also, I'm going to build the inside of the frame too as well with the engine mount. I'm going to basically make that plate wider, so everything will be nice and strong. That's about it. So here we go. So guys, again, man, look, I'm real sorry because I don't like starting something and not finishing something, or half-assing something. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm really not. And I'm trying to get all this into this one video, and it's just eating so much amount of time, you know, to do it. But at least if I can get one side done, the next video will get the other side done, and we can air up the suspension and do all that fun shit. So please just bear with me. Like I always say, Rome was not built in a day. Neither is this chassis. There's a lot of work. I'm by myself. I've got to cut and make and fabricate every single piece. Blah, 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 blah. Wah, wah. No, I'm messing with y'all, but you get the point. I want to show you a nice product, and then you can say, wow, man, I get it now. It makes sense. So I'm trying to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond proud to show you my creation. Now, please keep in mind, I am probably one of the most humble individuals you'll ever meet, and I can't believe I pulled this off. The amount of thought and the amount of frustration that went into building this right here is beyond your imagination. So this entire bracket is removable. And you say, holy shit, how am I going to get access to the bolts? So what you do is, you know, you ever want to replace your bag, you remove this bolt, I'm going to spin the camera around, this one, and this one, and this entire bracket falls right out with the bag attached to the bracket. Obviously, you'll want to disconnect your airline, but I can't believe I actually pulled this off. I'm really proud of myself. I am definitely really proud. I mean, the level of thought that went into putting this together, hours of how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this strong? I'm very, 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 very proud to show you guys this. So I think what I'm going to do is, to put the icing on the cake, instead of using just this bracket alone, I think what I might do is I may make a template and plate this entire top portion of the chassis. The inside is all welded nice and strong. I still got my little corner pieces here that I need to install, but between this, and the motor mount plate back here, there should be no issues with having this thing crack or fracture or anything of that nature. All right, guys, so I want to pull this apart real quick. I kind of got ahead of myself. Keep in mind that obviously we don't have a jack under the chassis. So I want to show you how this all works. We got 4 bolts that holds the airbag bracket on. Obviously this isn't welded at the moment, so I'm just going to lift this out of the way. Got another 2 back here. I kind of almost forgot to show you guys this. This is actually really cool. So now keep in mind, once this has a jack lifted up on it, you don't need to remove the lower control arm. These bags are very stiff. This whole thing will just slide right out, fall on the ground, like so, and there it is. The only thing left that I need to do is obviously pick up some fittings from my supply house, but we'll probably need to put a 45 on here and have it angle up, so it'll actually put this straight up in the air, which is good, because then I can run a hard line with I could run, you know, a connection here. This will be hard lined with a female push lock, and then you can just undo it here and remove the entire thing with the airline attached to it. But that's it, man. That is it. I made this from scratch. Went to Crazy Day Fabs. Big shout out to Crazy Day, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for plasmaing me up some steel so I can make these bag brackets. But now you can see inside of here how nice. Still need to cap the inside in here. I tapped these, and she's good, man. She is freaking good. Closed my holes up, and now, like I said, all we have left is to weld this guy on right here, like so. That is definitely an impressive installation, if I might say so myself. Ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it for this video. Man, you can see my hair. I look like a freaking chia pet. I need a haircut. That's determination. I'm very hygienic. I love my haircuts. I love looking good. I love shaving. But when you have that much determination and you put your head down and you say, I'm gonna get this thing done and I'm gonna figure it out, doesn't matter. You're gonna figure it out. That's gonna do it for this video. Next video, other side, airing it up on the table. Guys, thank you for all of your positive comments, for all your thumbs up, for sharing the video. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Thursday. Not Friday, because I'm a day late, but next Thursday. Have a great day.